When was the moment you realized that your best friend wasn't your best friend? When she got s-faced drunk at my her godson's wedding, trashed a hotel room, called me horrible names and punched me closed fist in the face. She ended up passed out on the grounds of the hotel, came to and was arrested for trespassing because she refused to leave the premises. Days later, via email, blaming me because she didn't realize she was harboring so much animosity towards me. Booby. He was best man at my wedding. We had not much contact for a couple of years, but I still considered him my best friend. I heard about his wedding well after the fact. Guess we're not best friends anymore. When he took credit for something I did and then talked shit behind my back saying I didn't do any of the work. When they would talk and talk and talk about themselves but never ask about me. While they were driving, everyone decided they wanted to party. No one had money, so they suggested they should call Varvatos, he always has money. I was sitting in the back seat. I was like, oh, I'm right here and I'm not in the mood to party tonight. Best friend of 15 years. It all unraveled the night he told my cousin to kill herself. Tried to start a fight with multiple people at my house. And flipped off my monsieur. When he ghosted me after I told him I had a tumor that ended up being cancerous. When he posted wedding photos on Facebook. I didn't know he was dating anyone. When she told me she doesn't like other girls except me cause she likes to be the prettiest girl in the room, monsieur. When we went out to eat and I offered her to pay. As usual, because she told me that she forgot her purse, she ordered loads of food and ate only half of it. After leaving, her shoelace was loose and she bent over to tie her shoe and a $100 bill was sticking out of her back pocket. She did this for 4 years and I never realized. Gave her another chance without saying a word. 3 days later I found out she was constantly using my Instagram to text my ex-boyfriend to end my current relationship. I think she never got slapped so hard. Our conversations were getting shorter and less intriguing. One day, I received great news and wanted to share it to my best friend. I then realized that they deleted and blocked me on Facebook. We graduated from high school and she went to college halfway across the world. When she came back to visit, when I tried to hang out with her, she was always too busy. I later saw tons of pictures posted on Facebook with her and other girls having fun together. So that's what she was so busy with. Then at one point she told me that those girls had actually invited me to everything, but she convinced them I wouldn't be able to go. I would have been able to go. I left her alone after that. My best friend of high school. Someone who I thought would be in my life for a long time. Started to hit on a girl that I was talking to. He would lie about me to change her opinion of me. And the best part is he never admitted to a thing. Maybe not that bad, but I felt really betrayed. When I invited her to hang out with me at the nearby lake for my birthday, she said she would get back to me. She never did. Instead, she posted on her Snapchat story about how much fun she was having with her other friends. I stopped talking to her after that. When she invited me out to dinner as a Christmas gift, and then when the check was dropped, told me she actually couldn't treat BC, she had impulse bought her shitty boyfriend a plane ticket when she was drunk the evening before and therefore didn't have the dollar, among other things. But this was the moment when I was really like, wow, my friendship means nothing to her. When I opened up to her about my postpartum depression and she told me that she didn't have time for depression and it was weak. I was never vulnerable with her, but I was dying inside. I needed someone and she had told me she didn't care. I began shutting her out then. Best friends for a couple of years. We were in different classes. I wrote her a message that I'd be on my way to her. When I arrived, she forgot to alt-tab the chat window with someone else making fun of me at the worst possible way. At that time she was my only friend. It was tough to have no friends after that for a long time. This might not sound like a lot, but I think that scared me, and I'm still struggling making friends. My best friend was always complaining and making everything about herself. Met my boyfriend and moved cities so we could be together. Only after a while did I realize that I was feeling so relieved to stop catering to her needs. Every time she called me, I would have to poop. Literally, the sound of her voice would make my body want to expel waste. And this was before cell phones, so I had to do the poop dance in the hallway while trying to get off the phone with her. When she told me my husband and I would make hideous babies because red-headed babies are the ugliest thing she has ever seen. She also locked me out of our hotel 4 hours from home with no way home at 3 a.m. that same day after an argument over her saying my husband kills people for a living. He's a chemist who works on developing chemotherapy. That was the last time I've spoken to her. 4 years ago. Such a jealous woman. I must flip this because I was the problem. Not him. Monsieur fell in love with him. Monsieur could not reverse my feelings. Shamed of this. He deserved a better friend. Has moved on. I miss him. Monsieur. My co-worker was my best friend. Then she became my boss. In our final year of university, after having a nearly identical schedule for our first 3 years, we took different electives to finish up our degree. Since we weren't seeing each other every day, we talked less and less. It's not just on him, I didn't do enough either. But it kinda sucked realizing that our friendship wasn't going to last up to graduation. And obviously afterwards as well. When I visited my friend of 25 years, bestman, etc., he got violently drunk and attempted to strangle me in front of his screaming family while I begged for life and that my daughters would not be orphans, because I didn't want to be grabbed. This happened 14 hours ago. Fun times. Ordering me to help her with stuff. And there was once my 2 friends and I ordered drinks. Friend A forgot to get a straw. My best friend, which is friend B, just took my straw and passed to friend A and asked me to go and get another one for myself. I was so heartbroken. Stop following me around, I don't even know you. He was asking for help from my other friends in school for a problem on his computer work. They suggested why not ask me for help since I sat next to him in class, and then replied, I'm not asking him and he's fucking stupid, while I was right near him printing stuff out. I was so surprised I just pretended I didn't hear anything and went back to my desk. Didn't speak to him for a while after that. When I told her I was moving in with my boyfriend in a different state, she screamed and swore at me, busted into my room at my home, while I was talking to my boyfriend on Discord, so he heard the whole thing, saying he would probably rape and kill me, or just dump me on the street when we would eventually break up. We still live together, and she got over it, but it hasn't been the same since. Telling his brother after I had called to talk for a bit like we always did, I told you to say I'm not home if Putis_Panzer_ here called, was upset, but it also clued me in to not waste time on that person anymore. Just told him not to worry and that I would talk to him later. Never did. Just left it at that. When she told me she didn't want to hang out because my toddler took up too much of my time and I was boring. Then she got knocked up and came to me crying about how hard everything is gonna be now that she's single and pregnant.
Thanks for watching and please like and subscribe to support the channel.